Banksy, the graffiti artist who turned the world upside down with his imagination and became an international icon. My identity. No one knows my name. You all refer to me only as Banksy. Some say I am the most famous street artist of all times. Some say that I should be arrested. But no one really knows my true identity, despite the multiple theories. I am believed to be Robin Gunningham, a man from Yate, which is a city near Bristol. This is where researchers think I was born. Also he, or maybe I, started using the name Robin Banks, that is very similar to Banksy, so that was suspicious. There are millions of other speculations, but people think these are the most possible ones to be true. They believe that I'm either Robert Del Naya, the famous lead singer of the music band Massive Attack, or Neil Buchanan, the host of the show Art Attack. Of course, there is one more theory that I'm truly Jamie Hewlett, a comic book artist and designer, but my publicist denied that claim. The early years. By 1999, I moved from Bristol to London. Then, I stopped using my name and started signing my paintings with my nickname. My first London exhibition took place in Rivington Street in 2001. I also remember my breakthrough exhibition. It was in July 2003. It was held in a secret former warehouse in Hackney. Three of my most famous artworks were displayed there. One of them was a portrait of Queen Elizabeth as a chimpanzee, the other was a portrait of Winston Churchill with a green Mohican, and the last was called The Flying Copper. The image depicted a heavily armed British police officer with angel wings and a yellow smiley face. What a happy time! The exhibition was a huge success. Dismaland. Once I created an art project called Dismaland. I constructed an imitation of the famous theme park Disneyland, but this park was a little bit different. Instead of Cinderella meeting her prince, she had a car accident with lots of news reporters taking pictures. The ducks swimming in the pond were covered in oil and immigrants tried to reach the other side with their little boats. That way, I turned the world's greatest fairy tales into nightmares based on what is happening in the world right now. Banksy, vandal, or genius. During 2005, I created new artworks, always in disguise, and placed them near major museums like the Louvre. There, I succeeded in installing an image of Mona Lisa with a yellow smiley face. In New York, I managed to attach a portrait of a woman wearing a gas mask to a wall in the Metropolitan Museum of Art. I understand why some people might find that horrible, but I believe art is the best way to express yourself and your beliefs. A year later, I organized another London exhibition. This time, I took images of famous classic paintings and recreated them by exposing today's society, or actually, its problems. Claude Monet's Water Lilies was reconstructed to include trash and shopping carts floating among lily pads. A street hooligan smashing the window was inserted in Edward Hopper's Nighthawks. Since there were also many critics there, I left my signature by releasing more than 150 alive rats. Yes, I said rats. The truth is that I want to shock the world so that everyone can see through my paintings the tough reality we're living in. That way, I'm shedding light to the hypocrisy of our institutions and those in power. Everything I draw has a hidden message. Banksy's work. Your mind is working at its best when you're being paranoid. You explore every avenue and possibility of your situation at high speed with total clarity.